I love lesbians and Lebanon. Let me get some drama in for a second.
Check the next vid in the playlist. Show these Asmon fans what people think of him.
God damn it, Kyle. The tie and shirt are not supposed to be the same color. Yeah, Kyle is an impressive aesthetics type of guy.
Guys, so Asmongold, one of the top slop tubers who has become very political in recent times, he, on his live stream, apparently...
Kyle, my goat Kulinski. It's secular time, bitch. My dark woke commander, dude. He's in it. He's who Ludwig thinks he is. He's him. Yes, he's him. Ludwig ain't him. He's him.
Casually said that he supports the U.S. military killing innocent people.
Chat, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm watching a stream.
In other countries.
And you're watching a stream.
Order to
Somebody pull up that clip we did last week. Somebody pull up that clip.
Steal their resources. This is what he said. By the way, this is the guy who, it wasn't that long ago, wasn't he pretending to have turned on Trump over the Epstein files? I believe I may have covered that. That he was like, oh no, I've always been critical of him. I don't know.
We are watching you. What are we doing with our lives? Literally the best choice you could make. Jesus Christ.
His own chat was coming after him.
Improving your life means criticizing yourself over bad habits. Not the only good thing you have currently in your life. Okay, Kroltacular? I'm sorry. That was too much. Sorry, Krill. Thank you very much for the 16 months. The Sarzas, as always. Thank you very much. And thank you, Oof Gang. 3 months. Let's go. Paint the chat purple, baby. Oof. I just oofed. This is the clip. Wait, I got to show you guys. There's new heads in here that haven't seen it. Watch this. Watch this. This is great. He's gone. No, there's one where there's more of them. But yes, not bad. Quite a few screens. We had quite a few screens here. Quite a few screens. But I think we did it even better. We had more. We got to a lot more. I just kept looping them in and looping them in and looping them in. It was fantastic.
And he's like, oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've always been critical of him. You're not paying attention. I've always, I've been against this for a long time. I didn't even vote for him. This whole thing about how, oh, of course. All it took to win him back was for Trump to launch an illegal and offensive war against a country that didn't attack us and wasn't going to attack us and kidnap.
Look at him so mad that his earring is flicking around.
Now, I wonder what his reaction would be if China kidnapped Trump and tried to try him. Would he support that? Well, he supports it in principle, apparently. So would he support that? My guess is he'd be singing a different tune, of course. But here we go. Here's what he said. Let's watch.
Cuba's days are
the Saras, baby. Thank you for your taxes. Thank you for paying your taxes. Thank you.
numbered. Colombia isn't going to be doing this anymore. Okay, yeah, I could see there's definitely a trend here. You specifically said you'd be against foreign intervention and nation building. Why have you switched positions? Well, I'm generally against it, but there are some instances where I'd be okay with it.
I'm generally
yeah. There are some instances where I would be okay with somebody I strongly disagree with politically being taken in the night and put into a van and forced to shower, which would lead to his inevitable demise because all of the skin would shed and only organs would remain. And they would die by stream of, not of the stream of Twitch, stream of water.
Against it, but the most naked, brazen, disgusting, corrupt, immoral, illegal, worst way of doing it, I love that because it makes me feel like a tough guy. And it makes me feel like Trump is like superhuman. So I'm against it unless he does it in the most brazen way possible. Then I love it. How does anybody watch this? How does anybody watch this, bro? I actually don't understand. I genuinely don't get it.
Like, I think it's something that's generally a bad idea, but if we can get enough...
It's bots. Dead internet theory, but Asmongold. There, I'm saying it. You know how we like to think, yo, bro, like, most of the internet isn't really humans posting, dude. It's all, like, fucking automatically generated, and it's pretty empty. You know, it's us and, like, other 12 dudes. That's the entirety of the internet. I'm a main character. Well, I don't agree with that, except for Asmongold's stream. I genuinely think there's no human being in there. There's either bots or subhumans. There's nothing else. How many layers deep of a streamer reacting to a streamer do we have to see before it's considered reaction? That is very good. That is very good. Asmongold, generally, I'm against murder, but oftentimes when I drive alone, I ponder on running over pedestrians for fun. Yeah. Thank you, Gay Lennon. One of my favorite Lennons. I've met more people IRL who watch Osmond than Hasan. Where the fuck do you live? What the fuck kind of people you hang out with? What the What the fuck? Gamers, Europe. There's no way there's Europeans watching Asmongold. There's no way there's like 3 Europeans that watch it. There's no fucking way. That is a level of European elitism I will accept. Okay? No matter how much toxic gamer energy you got in your soul, a European cannot watch a man that looks like that. Okay? Yeah. We could never.
Money out of the place that we're intervening in, and we can effectively make it worthwhile for us, then I'd be...
Yeah, I'm not always in favor of intervention unless it's a elite pedophilic cabal doing it, at which point I am actually in favor of it. I'm not usually for it unless it's Donald Trump, who is the #1 defender of pedophiles doing it, you know?
So I'm generally against it, but if we're willing to do very open thievery, if we're willing to do robbery and theft and jack their natural resources for our corporations, well, in that case, I'm in favor of it. Asmongold, that's an argument to overthrow like literally every country on Earth.
Thank you,
Everybody's
Gabriel.
got something
What's
of
up,
value.
Gabe?
Some places more than other, of course. But you just laid the groundwork and the argument for, no, yeah, I would do this to anybody, anywhere, as long as I feel like our corporations are getting off scot-free and stealing a lot of shit. I mean, this is Fourth Reich shit. Let's call it what it is. And it's even like, it's like pirate type shit too. This is like flat out piracy that he's arguing for. But since it's, a reality star wearing a suit, he feels like somehow there's some legitimate...
No, it's gangster shit, dude. It's gangster shit. During the 90s and the Balkans, the main way they made money is a bunch of oligarchs started spawning, right? A bunch of super rich people started spawning immediately after socialism fell apart. And they just started fucking just kidnapping them. Just kidnapping them and then calling up their wives and being like, dude, money now, or I kill him. And then she would send money and they would kill him. But they would do it fast. Sometimes they let them go when they kidnap children and stuff. That was the classic shit, right? But if a guy in a tracksuit with this accent does it, then it is very criminal and messed up, brother. Then it is disgusting. But when the Yanks do it, it's civilization doing it. It's completely normality.
that's granted to it. It's preposterous.
Then I'd be okay with it. Does that make
Which is
sense?
such cliche commentary on my end and on their end and on everybody's end. But that's it. The thing with just saying like, oh my God, the world is so fucked up. It's just might makes right. The stupid thing about that is that it's always been like that. But yes, we were pretending that it wasn't. Do not set a precedent. No. Follow 1 or 2 regulations. My bro, they just fucking wiped out Gaza, dude. And all the regulatory bodies were like, that's kind of bad. And they were like, yeah, do something about it, bitch. Right? So, nothing new under the sun. I still believe that the nothing ever happens guy is very much so in power. The one thing that did shock me is like somebody coming into your capital and kidnapping your president in like 12 hours. That was something sometimes happens, guy. That was quite kinema, if I might say so myself. That was wild.
So it's all about whether we're making money off of it. That's my primary function, is that
It's kind of crazy that Asmongolds saying neocon shit in 2026 while saying yeah base. I mean, this is Edgar Mentum's take, but it is Donald W. Bush right now. It is straight up Donald W. Bush hours. It's DWB, baby. Straight up. That is what's going on. And what's really funny is because we're living in the ashes of the global war on terror and how much of a spectacular failure it was, that you arrive at this like weird inconsistent position where they'll say like, oh, naked ambitions of imperialism and colonial plunder is good, as opposed to the previous versions of that, where they at least tried to massage it as like a liberalizing democratization operation, right? Like that was the same purpose back then too, jackass. Oh, Dick Cheney, not base, but when Trump does it base. It doesn't make any sense. It's the same shit.
I think about, is this good for Americans?
Who's we? Who's we? You said as long as we're making money off it. Who's we? You're not ExxonMobil. You're not Chevron.
Okay, Kyle, I mean, I said the exact same thing. That's my.
You're not BP.
That's
You're not Citgo. This only helps the Epstein class. This only helps the billionaires. This only helps the corporations, the oil corporations. By the way, they promised Trump. Trump said to them, "Give me $1 billion for my campaign." He said this to oil companies, "Give me $1 billion, then I'll deliver for you guys. Give me $1 billion, I'll deliver for you guys." The most openly corrupt. This was reported on at the time. Openly corrupt deal. And would you look at that? Now he's president, and he's openly saying, "We're going to take the oil. We're going to overthrow Venezuela. We're going to take the oil." This is so crazy, the shit that he's saying. Oh, my God.
I think about, is this good for Americans? And if it is, if it's making us money, it's beneficial for us, it's lowering our costs, or there's some other downstream effect of it, then, yeah, I'd be okay with it.
He hasn't thought this through in the slightest. This wouldn't help you or I at all, not even a little bit.
Asmongold thinks he's on the team. Reagan, the Trump administration plans to put money raised from the seizure of Venezuelan oil into bank accounts outside the U.S. Treasury. They told lawmakers today. Sources said they understood these are similar or decidedly offshore accounts, asking the White House for clarification. Yeah, based. Yeah. That's a pretty easy take to come to the left, Lamau. I mean, Donald Trump makes Marxist propaganda so easy. Like, well, to be fair.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. Everything I say or they say is so bloody cliche and washed out as hell. Like the opposite of a refresh pool. Like, ooh, they're doing it in our face now. Ooh, they're no longer hiding it. Ooh, the previous way of running the global world order is over. Now they're just going to use more and more authoritarian and violent measures to ensure it happens. Ooh, it's like, yeah, dude, come on. Is this stream number 7 million when I'm just saying this on repeat? Can we just watch some TikToks with some dancing monkeys?
I don't think it's like propaganda in the liberal understanding of the word anyway, but he just makes it so easy. And yet people still don't want to see it.
It's about the Epstein class, the billionaires. The idea that, oh yeah, we're really looking out for a grandma who lives in Cleveland. Like, get the fuck out of here. He doesn't even believe that. He's just using this to justify and rationalize the most disgusting foreign policy actions that we've seen in modern history.
But us just going over there and doing it for no reason? No, I don't think so.
There's always a reason. Nobody's like, hey, for shits and giggles, I'm going to go to New Zealand and do regime change. Nobody does that. Nobody's ever done that. There's always a reason. Read about the history of the banana wars. That was a reason. We wanted to overthrow a government so that the Chiquita Banana Company can jack all the bananas. That sounds incredibly dirty, but you get the point. Nobody's ever done it for no reason. Bush had his reason. By the way, that would also happen to be oil. That would be control of a vital region in the world geopolitically. Like, there were reasons, but what about law? What about law? What about principles? What about morality? What about ethics? What about equality? What about justice? Again, to want to live in a world where might makes right, and it's the law of the jungle, is so short-sighted, because throughout history, empires rise and fall.
Here, I'll give it to you. I'll give you an...
It is absurdly short-sighted. I agree, especially if you're a civilian living in any of those places, because you're eventually going to be the one paying the piper, dude. You're like, when it blows back, it's going to be in your houses. It's going to be your son fighting in the war. It's going to be your mall getting blown up. It's going to be your skyscrapers getting fucking raped by planes. It's going to be your water filled with uranium lead poisoning, right? It's going to be like when the fucking, I don't know, Russians drop in through your front fucking window scalping your daughter. You're going to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been like, the might makes right is kind of based though. Okay? Maybe. Maybe you want as many institutions in place to protect you from the decay of American empire. Because a lot of bills will need to be paid. And trust me, you don't want to get more bills. There are so many millions of invoices out there. Invoices that a lot of motherfuckers with knives and guns and bombs want to deposit to many American homes. You do not want to grow the number of those invoices. Now you feel exceptionally comfortable and safe because you're the big man. But nobody remains the big man forever. And all invoices eventually get paid.
Example, okay? You want to know why might makes right is not good? Let's not think about it in terms of the international standards. Let's think about it as a super basic thought experiment in the United States of America. If might makes right, I have enough money to go and hire a private military. I can just go to Asmongolds' house with a private military and storm his home and then occupy it, and then now it's my home. Obviously, this would be ridiculous, right? It would be completely unacceptable. It's ridiculous. But if you say might makes right, you have to sit there and go, yeah, based. Might makes right only works as long as you feel like you are the mighty one. There is a reason why we cannot succumb to chaos.
And eventually you might not be. That's why you should on principle be against it. Holy Mother of God. Not that deep. Yo, Dave Legend. Dave Legend, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Give Dave a follow. Dave's a friend. Thank you, Dave.
There's a reason why we shouldn't want to succumb to chaos. Obviously, you know,
Dave is very bad at hanging up. What, didn't he properly raid? God damn it, Dave. What the fuck, man? I'm kidding. Thanks, dude. Have a great stream. Thank you very much. Everybody go give Dave a follow.
His home also
You are
has
the legend.
a real biological defense mechanism in and of itself, but that's just a hypothetical, right? The blowback we're going to experience in the coming years, or the blowback from being the proximity of Asmongolds' home. There are natural defenses. Yeah, he's got the Iron Dome. In any case, the point I'm trying to make is, might make
He's got the Iron Dome. No chat. We need a different word. What's the word for like an Iron Dome, but they use chemical weapons, and don't just say that's the Iron Dome. But please, chemical weapons. Okay, utilizing smell as a means to brutally kill any invading force. A gas chamber. My man lives in a gas chamber. He has developed immunity to gas chambers, and he just lives in a gas chamber. The mold dome, the stink dome, Chernobyl, biodome, dead rat dome, the stink chamber, iron deficiency dome. Come on, you could have made that better. It would have been ableist, but it would have been funny. Like if you went with a number of what do you call them? The thingies that you have in your DNA. So instead of iron, you would go. Ryu, what's up, baby? Thank you for the gifty. Stinkum John, Biodome, the Mustard Dome, Shit Dome. Chromosomes, chromosome deficiency dome. Biohazard dome. He is not only mold, but all the diseases at his disposal. Chromosome dome has a nice ring to it. It's pretty fucked up. But it's low-key funny. Chat's got jokes tonight, dude. Yeah, we were fucking assholes in this chat, dude. Gassy dome. Okay, that's fucking great. That's pretty good. Was ist das, mein Kobas?
To liberate its citizens from government tyranny. Following the ICE shooting in Minneapolis, a spokesman in Caracas said it was clear that Americans were living under oppression and that regime change was needed to bring democracy and stability to the region.
Pretty classic joke. Do the thing Americans do to your country to them. Pretty classic. I see we're dropping all the classics today.
He's right. Is a psychotic understanding of the world. Okay, it's not appropriate. It's terrifying, and it's utter chaos. Yes, it is the responsibility of the strong to protect the weak, and you can see a lot about a society.
That's it. That is literally fascist thinking. Like, that's it. That's fascist thinking. Fascism is an ideology which puts hierarchy as, ironically, the most important aspect of quote-unquote human society and organization. What the fuck is wrong with my throat? So fascism basically says it has always been might makes right. It always will be might makes right. You either join our group, which is going to prove to everyone that they are right, or you remain in the other one, and we will crush you like a dog. Very often you don't get given that choice, of course, though.
By looking at the way they treat the most marginalized people.
There will be a time where we're not the most powerful country anymore. It's going to happen at some point. Probably sooner rather than later, because Trump's ushering in that time very fast. I don't want to be on the receiving end of fucking China randomly overthrowing our government because they don't like that we're not giving them enough of our fucking natural gas that we get from fracking.
Poor marginalized dictator. Oh, I didn't realize that Maduro was also the entire natural reserves of Venezuela. My mistake. I didn't realize that he was literally just the natural oil reserves of Venezuela, and we just extracted him, and therefore all of the entire natural oil reserves of Venezuela has been extracted as well. Does it feel like we're talking about the kidnapping of Maduro at this point? We've moved beyond it. That was unacceptable.
Yes, Redfield, that's very useful.
To begin with. But we're currently talking about the brazen ways in which America is forcibly extracting the natural resources of Venezuela to turn profit for not the average American citizen, really, but for ExxonMobil, Chevron, Citgo, for Trump's select friends in the pedophilic elite class.
Fascism is one lobster hierarchy. Yes, it is literally one lobster hierarchy. That's why Mr. Lobster Man's arguments were so fucking dangerous. Socialists argue that eventually all hierarchies can be destroyed because they are man-made or caused by certain fluctuations in material conditions, aka fluctuations in who gets to have what. Fascists fervently disagree with that and say that hierarchy does not only make us stronger, but it helps to develop civilization. We are a extended hand of nature and therefore the animal kingdom. And just like in the animal kingdom, we should return partially to that very nature and enshrine those who are strong as leaders and those who are weak as followers and cattle. Might literally makes right. If a fascist you're talking to is actually honest, that is what they're going to tell you, right? Everything else is mambo jumbo. But ironically, very often, that's what I find very funny, unironically, is that they always think they are the big one. They're the strong one. A fascist never considers the option, even for a second, that they might be the underdog, that they might be the sheep, that they might be the ones getting the culling when the culling starts happening. And that's one of the biggest arguments that one can present when it comes to why fascism bad, is because eventually you get culled, dude. So this is I guess, an extrapolation of the conversation these two gentlemen are having about why might makes right makes no sense. But I just want to expand it. This is why fascism makes no sense. Not from an ethical perspective. Fuck that weak-ass fucking quasi-philosophical masturbation shit. Fucking ethics. No. Just from a self-preservation perspective. They're gonna come for you or your kids eventually if you believe in might makes right. If you believe that hierarchy is über alles. So don't fucking do it if you want to self-preserve, you dumb fuck. Trust me, bro. You smelly ass. You are not the fucking Ubermensch that's gonna sit on top, dude. You're going to get scalped as well. So, yeah. Don't do it not because it's unethical. Don't do it because it's going to end up biting you in the ass. Also, don't do it because it's unethical. But you get my fucking point. Every point can be argued appropriately without having to do the whole fucking morality shit. That's why I avoid it. It's simplistic. This is bad. Why? It always comes back down to fucking perspective, which then fucking complicates things even more. And now we're talking about fucking stupid, irrelevant shit. Well, don't do something because it's eventually going to mess you up. It's usually an argument that works far better for people. Okay? Okay.
Check old logs. Do right-wing demons deserve to get shot? Do right-wing demons deserve to be purified? As a liberal, what should I be doing instead of advocating for civility? Are you going to TwitchCon? Can we get a bill that makes it so you have to vote for related issues one at a time? Wait, how the did this guy go from being like, I'm a liberal to being like, poor, marginalized dictator, rent-free? Is this another liberal that became an Asmongold fan? Dude, Natsec liberalism is genuine brain poison. These people just like, they're so fucking one note when it comes to defending American dominance around the globe that they slowly but surely succumb to so many other reactionary positions. They cannot even recognize who they used to be after a while. Many such cases, for the record. You might be able to get that stain out with a carpet steam cleaner. No promises, but there's a good chance that
That's ethics too, brother. In what way, my friend?
it'll come out. You can rent them from Home Depot and the like. Like literally going from I'm a liberal, I have liberal mindset to like giving Asmongold carpet cleaning techniques. How the do you just lose sight of any of your first principles? It's genuinely shocking because you didn't even like dive into, I don't know, Destiny or something. You dive off the fucking deep end. At least Destiny still tries to maintain some of these like liberal perspectives, liberal frameworks that he seemingly operates off of, that he simply just casts aside when it comes to Israel, obviously. But like, it's just shocking to me that you go from like, I'm a liberal to, I actually think that.
Thank you, Clearance. Any other Americans fantasizing about moving to Cuba? Pretty sure there's quite a few. Don't ask what Ugopnik Twitch can do for you. Ask what you can do for Ugopnik Twitch. But that chatter that said that's ethics too, brother, can you please explain? I would love to have that conversation. Because one can argue that absolutely nobody does something selflessly, because selflessness by itself does not exist. Even if you do something that in no way will materially better you, just the feeling of having done something good is already a reward. Therefore, everything is done for rewards. So, again, there's no selflessness. I don't know if that's the argument you were going to use or something. An argument I, to an extent, agree with, right? But people that make arguments based on morality usually do it from the perspective of this is good for others, and that is why I do not want to do it. And that is an extremely kind and good and lovely and wise place to go at all of this from. But when it comes to the Marxian position, it needs to be a lot more, in my opinion, cold-blooded and cold and scientific when it comes to its vision. And not when it comes to its vision, when it comes to its analysis of why alternatives to the socialist path are shit, right? There is a place in the propaganda machine and that are going to argue for socialism due to one's love for humanity. That is very good and nice, and I like it. But there also needs to be spaces like this that tell you very directly that you should be pro-socialism because it's fucking good for you. And the alternative wants to fuck you and your parents and your kids up. That's it. Both are very important parts of the marketing funnel, as we like to call it, and both need to be used. Staying away because it's low-key kind of weird, that you're agitating for socialism on a selfish basis, is not a conversation I necessarily respect. We get what do we mean? Oh, Sage John, you fucking G, your first $5. Thank you for supporting the show and paying your taxes. Exclamation point tax to see what taxes mean here. And thank you, Spuds, for the 4 months. That's a great name. Thank you very much. That's the ultimate Marxian brain break, is truly going down the pipeline of everything you are is a tabula rasa. You are goo, and your environment is the mold. Your environment changes, but eventually, at some point, you as the goo dry out. And the form almost completely depends on outside conditions. Some will say, oh, but genetics is like 40, 50%. That's outside conditions. Were you your mother and your father while they were fucking each other? No, you weren't. That's also external conditions. So it's not a black pill. It's like, Marxism usually leads to determinism, like almost fully, right? But that can be argued. And that's why I think sometimes metaphysics is good, because we can say, okay, all the conditions that one has gone through that will make you into someone that will choose to turn right instead of left are going to actually say whether you turn left or right. But that little speck, that little millisecond of decision making is like, I don't know, the fucking soul or the fucking the free thought or whatever you want to call it. But ironically, while Marxism is exceptionally deterministic in its analysis of us being subjects of systems that we find ourselves in our environments, it ironically wants to liberate us from that very determinism more than almost any other socio-political movement out there. Because eventually it wants to destroy all systems which basically govern. Understood? In the long term. This is the true like communismus type shit. So while Marxism says we are results of our environment, but as people who want to be truly free, we should attempt to destroy all environments, or at least limit them to the best of our ability, so that the direction our life takes is as less predictable and as less determinable than if we were to live under a particular system. And I find that kind of low-key beautiful. It's pretty cool. Marxism still believes humans have agency and materialist would. In the final analysis, man is a cause. Yes, they do believe in agency, but they do believe in that agency being more or less limited based on the system you find yourself in. You're a part of the material world and you affect it just like it affects you. Yes. I love how chat, like whenever we talk about philosophy, chat just like reverts back to some sort of like just conversation about geopolitics. Let's have a theological debate on free will. I'm a classical liberal. It's quite dialectical. It is. But yes, TLDR, Theory Hours with Yugo. TLDR, your environment makes you you. Progressives, socialists, anarchists, and so on want to create a world in which the environment influences us, in which the man-made environment, man-made environments, I apologize, in which man-made environments influence us as less as possible when it comes to the decisions we want to make in our lives and when it comes to the types of lives we want to actually choose. That's it. Tear down the wall, Mr. Capitalism. Ay.
We should dominate everybody. Just because I don't like dictators doesn't make me not a liberal. Brother, that's not what I'm talking about. Or sister, that's not what I'm talking about. First of all, if you are a liberal, you should not be on board with Donald Trump stealing the natural resources of another country. What the fuck? Liberalism is supposed to move beyond the naked colonial exploitation. How does one get this involved with American national security? That I don't understand. Like, are you guys LARPing? Are you guys actually, like, do you just, like, how does the brainworm set in? It doesn't make any sense. It's Reddit? I think maybe. Do you think Capitol's owners would not take advantage of the illegal status of their workers? Is it a good idea to have more undocumented people coming here today? People who have never and have nothing here? Why would you be a part of the origination? Okay, I don't know if this person was actually a liberal. I'll be real.
What kind of people go into this chat as well? Zizi, thank you for the 3 months, baby. Thank you very much.
I don't support,
nice to see you.
Support him stealing the oil. Okay. Well, you support someone who is supporting him stealing the oil, so kind of feels like you're all over the place, a little inconsistent. I don't support them stealing the oil. I do support the person stealing the oil. I'm a liberal, by the way. Let me tell you my nuanced position. This time, destabilizing another country and doing regime change by force for oil is good. I'm a liberal, by the way. I'm a liberal who opposes the Iraq War, who thinks this time it's gonna be good. Okay, well, thank you. You definitely, maybe you are a liberal, but a stupid one, I think. You seemingly did not learn any of the lessons from the previous incursions, you know? Propaganda machine working against you is pumping out nonsense hourly. I used to watch it too, and it roped me in. For what it's worth, I made the opposite journey from centrist to leftist. You're winning some people over and losing some real ding-dongs, lol. Yeah, but if the ding-dongs are in here, that's what blows my mind. Like, how can you listen to what I have to say, see that I was vindicated over and over again, and then still have like one issue where you disagree with me, and then your entire worldview flips, and you lose sight of all of the previous positions that you actually rode for? That's what I don't understand, because like these guys,
because they fucking trade positions like calling cards, dude. Oh your god.
Don't just go, you know what?
Like it's clothes, you know?
I have a nuanced perspective on this, and now
I will outdo you in chat. I will have a more sophisticated take on this, or a take that will trigger you.
Decided that like regime change for oil is good, but in this one specific instance, they also just end up being like, we should kill protesters in America, and also let's liberate Iran by killing more Iranians, of course, because that's the only way that we can liberate a country. Let's be real, we don't even give a fuck about the Iranians. We're just gonna do that at the behest of Israel. But like that's the thing that I don't understand, like how you can lose sight of any of your values and slowly but surely
you never had them, dude. That's the point, my friend.
In the throes of reactionary ideology. It does surprise me, I'll be honest. You've been incredibly consistent and people claim the opposite and it's eaten up. I really don't know. That's how you got me. Sorting my shit out now though. Yeah, it is pretty funny that I'm probably the most consistent political commentator, especially on this platform, but in most platforms in general, because my position is so outside of like the confines of what is normally seen, not being a liberal, not being a reactionary, not being a centrist. And yet for some reason, people still will say, one, that I'm audience captured, which is funny because I yell at my audience all the time. And two, people will say that I'm inconsistent when you can just straight up watch, as we did. Yeah.
Okay, Jesus, I get it, Hasan. Oh my God, you fucking okay. Next,
2018.
ICE is Gestapo.
Oh, now it's just this is my takes. I am Hasan. These are my takes. which is fine. It's his show. God bless. But, talk about the guy.
Civilian lives? Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, I mean, if the thing is that if you're going to do this stuff, people are going to get killed. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure.
What if that was your family? What if that was your best friend? What if that was you? What if that was your entire block?
That's the whole point. That's the whole argument. It's going to be you, bro.
What about that?
Yeah, I mean, the question is like, when you're talking about the lady that got shot.
Small interlude. Jesus. Oh, man. Internet people taking them so seriously. Jesus, I gotta chill for a second. Here you go. Sopranos, but it's the fucking God of War.
You're okay. I know. I missed you too.
Can I come in? I have meat.
Balder. Yeah, his mind was gone, sure. But he had his uses, and now he's gone because of you.
First off, let me just say how sorry I am for your loss.
The bedrooms are there, the kitchen is just over there. Anybody need a snack?
Gabagool, provolone and vinegar peppers. You think I should go easy on him now or press him a little harder?
Holding him too tight won't keep him out of danger.
Maron.
You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
You better be finished.
Oh, come on. This is so good. That is so good. Skill set is absurd.
You're my son. I love you.
Oh, that was. Oh, Lord. 10 out of 10. Okay, now I gotta click on another one. I don't care.
Hello, sir. Why the long face?
I'm looking for Silent Hill. I'm kind of lost.
We're the Smiling Friends. We can help you.
Okay, let's go.
You have to do it, man. It's okay.
No!
Oh my God! Whoa!
If you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not kidding.
Look, Pim. I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Oh, come on. That's nonsense, Charlie. I think the biggest surprises are behind us. Dude, I warned you. I said I was gonna do that if you did that again. Are you alright? I think he's possessed, man, but don't worry. My uncle taught me exactly what to do in a situation like this. The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ!
Fart face!
This person is so talented, though. Like, so talented.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Our Father who art
James. James.
Charlie, this is a fake knife.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those plastic knives that retract, see?
Oh my God.
It's a gag knife.
Okay, well, let's go back to the office. We just need you to sign some paperwork that says we failed to make you smile. And then you can, do what you gotta do and all that.
Okay.
What was the big plot twist of that Silent Hill movie? Not movie, game, Jesus. Very, very English language. Very English language.
Can't put themselves in that person's shoes. But the moment that you can't even see like a white woman getting shot by a cop like that, and you find yourself justifying that kind of police brutality, ICE brutality specifically, you might be too far gone, honestly. Like, that actually blows my mind.
Crassy. 5,000 subs, crazy hamburger. I'm getting a loan.
And that's what the left did during the BLM riots. No, she got what she deserved. What wars have we been in? Hasan Abi, don't worry, I'll wait. Brother, we are currently in the process of stealing Venezuela's oil while simultaneously talking about taking Greenland. Other logs withheld because automod. My mom wouldn't be that R-worded to follow ICE all day. He also said he hasn't talked about Asmongold lately. Asmon literally played 10 clips of you mentioning him this month. Lol. I mean, this is it, right? Cult of personality, cult of PCnality. No, I don't think this chatter is 12 chatter. I think it's a lot sadder than that. I think this is a whole ass loser who's like, you know, probably in his 30s, late 30s, desperate for attention. So she sends her kids off to school, so she spends all day with ICE. Fafo. You do this when you are you do this when you're genuinely a pathetic person. Like, you are so powerless in your life. You have nothing going on in your life, right? So you're incredibly desperate for some kind of attention that you get from streamers, you know? Can we bring the water cannons back? You called it, Zagrar. Someone would have died, and here we are. You said it'll take someone getting killed to change things. Do you think the government is responsible?
My guy, your whole stream is reading fucking comments. I love you, and I love your stream, but god damn it, dude. Oh my god, it's just fucking responding to idiots. I guess that's why I sometimes feel like I lack content because I just have fucking great people in chat, and I don't have anybody to shit talk, you know? Because all of you are normal. It's fucking annoying. Can you like become a trigger happy, stupid ass reactionary piece of shit so I can like milk the fuck out of you for content? And don't get me wrong, this is not criticism of Hasan in any fucking way. This is criticism of you, chat. Why are you so like intelligent and chill and kind of like low-key nice?
Narratives from a bunch of Gestapo psychopaths who ran up to her and were telling her to leave, and you correctly made that assessment after watching the video with your own two eyes.
The idiots will come at 5K. Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, I got to go talk to this fucking left-wing shill.
You watched the video with your own two eyes. You saw something.
Now that's glazing. No, it's truth, brother. It is truth, brother. I never lie, brother. You guys are basado. I cannot lie, brother. Because you are, low-key.